I think that's also have something to do with our societal definition of the way we see cults. How we define cults. Like cults hasn't actually been well defined in a linguistic or even scientific sense. It's been defined in a societal sense. Like we think of cults as like Jehovah's Witness, Jonestown, those people. Oh, come love, come
Yeah.
receive the love.
Or
But
Scientology.
yeah. But
I'm
hate
hearing you, by
bombing
the way.
is yeah, hate bombing is an entirely possible thing as well. You know, oh, it's really weird not talking to a face, so I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
sorry.
ramble for a bit.
I had to get myself some water. My mouth was dry. Yeah.
Yeah, just got thrown off a bit of my train of thoughts.
I'm so
Uh,
sorry.
no, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's just funny. Yeah. So like hate bombing is a completely,
Can you
um,
define hate bombing for me?
yeah, like love. We all know what love bombing is, where
Mm-hmm.
people troll you with love to keep you in the group. Hate bombing is the self harm version. In the same way that people who are, uh, uh I have mental illnesses as well. I talk about depression stuff. I have self harm history. You self harm to feel something to reduce the pain. You are numb by whatever you're feeling, and you want to feel something else. Hate bombing is basically the same thing. You are in pain from being broken up with, being rejected, and this group comes in and say, "We're gonna give you a reason to hate these people. We're gonna give you a reason why you hurt." And the more you hear that, the more it sinks in. And it 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 makes you feel good in the same way that cutting yourself or hurting yourself makes you feel alive. It's bad. It's not good for your body. It's not good for your mental health. It's not good for anything. But at that moment in time, you have been approached by this group in some of the most vulnerable period of your life. You're not thinking straight, and you might be numbed and feeling apathetic towards everything. They give you this moment of feeling, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like, I can let you feel again. And they,
Can you just quickly because I see the hate,
mm,
right? So I see the hate that is coming from that. Not everybody in the community, I have to say, but there is parts of the community that are definitely hating uh, good-looking people, and like especially like the famous examples, like the
yeah,
shooters and blah blah. But I see the hate. I see the ideology, like this idea of like social hierarchy based on looks and stuff like that. And but I don't see the correlation there. Like, where is the
it's
leap? Where is the connection? How is that? Because there must be some
yeah,
connection, right?
it's not hate for others. You're finding reason to hate yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's like, because you are right. People join these groups to find community. They're not there for, for sex. Those are just side effects. What they really want is the community, for people to tell them, we get you.
Mm-hmm.
We understand why you hate
I
yourself.
think they go there also to feel not crazy, right? Because I
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
like
yeah.
all of society tells them that they're crazy, right?
Yes,
Everybody tells them that they're making this up, that that they're not getting girls because they're, I don't know, not good looking enough. And
yeah.
there is a certain aspect to that, right? And your grandma's telling you, "Ah, no, you're so handsome," right? Like,
Yes.
so.
There's this aspect where you just want people to validate you. They go there for validation. They go
And
there
you're
to
also
be
running
validated.
from some minor form of gaslighting, right? They're running
Yes,
away from gaslighting as well, a little
they
bit.
they hate they they feel like there's a fault within them. I felt like there was a fault within me. Like, this is my fault. It's my fault I didn't get the girl. But everyone says it's not your fault. And then suddenly this group comes in and says it is 100% your fault. They're telling you the things that is pure hatred. Like, you hate yourself. The world hates you,
But
and
your
you.
fault? Do they not only say that for like I feel like only the looks maxing community would say it's your fault. I feel like all
No,
the other ones,
it
what would they say that what's your fault there?
there's
What would
always
they?
a certain level for it. Like a fat cell is like, oh, it's your fault. You're not getting girl because you're fat. If you're
Yeah,
skinny,
that's the
yeah,
looks maxing. Yeah, that's
yeah. So if you go to like say Chinese,
yeah.
right? Uh, they'll go like, oh, you are not getting girls because you are shorter statue. Again, it goes back to looks, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
but there's difference between mutable and immutable characteristics, right?
yes.
So
So,
I feel like the true incels, the real incels, that's the way they see themselves, are the
mhm.
ones that say, okay, only if you have immutable characteristics, then you're really an incel. All the other ones are just like not the real
Yeah,
deal.
like um, let me give me a moment to think of an example.
Sure.
I think the more immutable characteristic would be, like you said, looks. But then there are also like, for like say Chinese people, there is a certain way that different races looks. We look slightly different. There's that whole joke that I can't tell white people apart kind of thing. Yeah. And that's the part that they eventually have you focus on. Like you'll go down to your, jawline, facial expression, whatever, the things that you can't change. But they get you in with the changeable stuff, and then it
Yeah,
slowly drags over.
yeah. I mean, and to a certain, I mean, I have to just as a quick side note,
Hmm.
I've been obese a few times in my life, so I've struggled with weight like basically all of my life. I've always like was very prone to gain weight,
Yep.
and especially when I was like a teenager, when I was like 15, 16, I gained extreme weight, and then I got rejected, and that's exactly the time where you start like socializing with girls and where you start chasing girls and stuff like that. And I got rejected like at that time a few times, like, and my best friend had a girlfriend already, I think, and I was like, oh my god, what's wrong with me? Why don't I have a girlfriend and blah blah blah. And then like all the adults, like they're all lying to you basically. They're all like saying to you, yeah, it's not a problem, blah blah blah. But especially at that age, like girls are pretty like they can be pretty superficial. Like I mean, uh,
Everyone's at their age is pretty
yeah,
superficial, to
right.
be honest.
So it's a lot about your looks, right? So um, yeah, and then I basically went to the gym like every day, and um, I don't really have a problem with the whole idea of telling people it's your fault if it's about something that is not too toxic. Like, as long as they don't tell me you have to now get a hair transplantation and you have to now get surgery to be taller. And if you don't do that, it's your fault that you don't get girls or something like that. I feel like that's not a big issue. Or also to tell people, man, you have to work on your personality. Like you have to find out what it is that like what it exactly is that you are not able to provide something for somebody else, right? So maybe you are somewhere mentally where you're not able to provide something for somebody else, or where you're signaling things by your by the way you're acting. So all of these improvement things, like, I'm not categorically against them. I know that they can be extremely toxic as well. I'm well aware of that.
Hmm.
What do you think about that? Do you think that's a viable way to go as well?
I think it's fine because like as long as you don't target someone based on some immutable characteristic that cannot be changed, like their voice or like something inside, like say you have a person with depression, and you just say, oh, just don't be depressed. Those are not easy things to get over. So long as you are not targeting those things, like say get a haircut, maybe shower, exercise, those are all things that are fine. But you have to imagine, like, say when you got rejected, someone came in and told you. You said you went to the gym after you got rejected, right?
Yeah.
You started going to the gym.
Yeah,
So,
like crazy. I was like going before school. I was like going to the gym like at like 4 in the morning or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I was
So
really
imagine
obsessed.
like you are in the gym, and while you were losing your weight and getting healthier, um, you found someone else you're attracted to, and you asked them out, and you got turned down again. As a if you would at that point feel like there's something else that is wrong, not just your looks, and that's when these groups will come in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the point.
Yeah.
They come in,
Yeah.
and
That's
then
the
they'll
gym cell, right? That's the gym
yes,
cell meme.
yeah, like
But
oh,
yeah, but
and
that's then
and
obviously that was not it, right? Or that was not enough. That's also some. Sorry, finish your thought, and then I want to ask
yeah.
you something
So I
else.
was like saying that's basically what I mean. That a lot of people say that, oh, I've been there and that never happened to me. No, you just weren't far enough. You weren't there. You went all the way to the point where you can break. And at the point when you can break, they come in and give you the thing that you need to hear, or you want to hear, not need to hear. If, for example, an incel didn't come and find you and tell you that, oh, it's just because women don't like gym bros or whatever. Or if I came and said, maybe it's just people can't see your personality yet, then that would have led you down a different path. And it's at that point where the fork in the road comes in.